Hello my friend, welcome to Real Home Studio, where today I'm going to do a walkthrough of the first track on this. This is England by Me. It's its 10-year anniversary. It came out 10 years ago. Can't believe it, that 10 years gone very, very quick. And this is, I think, the last remaining CD, vinyl effect CD that I own. Super cool actually. I remember this being a digipack. Something really nice about still being able to get your hands on a CD rather than digital, but there you go. It's somewhat a thing of the past really now. But yeah, it's its 10-year anniversary. Prior to that, I'd released a bunch of EPs and other releases, but never actually something sort of officially and done it proper and slapped my name on the front. And I'm still super proud of it. But what I thought would be really cool today is to actually walk through the title track, take a listen to it, and share some experiences about what it was like for me to make this record. I've certainly worked super hard on my mixing over the last 10 years, so it's going to be really interesting to hear what that sounds like and how I feel about the whole thing. And hopefully it's going to be really helpful for any of you guys out there if you're working on your own, if you're working on singles, EPs, albums. I know how hard it is, what a challenge it is to actually self-produce, self-arrange, self-mix and then get the thing out there, do the artwork, or just all the work, the sleeve work. We've got to do the work online these days, photos, promos. It's so much work. It is enjoyable, but it really does involve getting your head down and focusing, and that's what it really took for me to make this album. So we're going to talk about the first track on here, which is called Day Release. Let's have a walk through, see what it throws up. Let's roll the titles. Okay, so the first track on here is called Day Release. That's the one we're going to listen to. Let's take a listen. Let's wander down memory lane. So that's a selection of samples, and I lived on the London Road, and I wasn't far from the hospital, so there was a lot of police cars, a lot of ambulances all the time. So I remember hanging microphones out of the window and stuff and sampling things all the time. There's always a lot of interesting sounds going on. And that fitted really well actually with this song because it was all based around the chaos. It wasn't that long before all the London riots and stuff that I wrote this. And the feedback is, I think it's a sample from Free Sounds. And then some ambient acoustic guitar. So right off the mic, just to give it a sense of difference before suddenly the music kicks in.
Here's a little story about my neighborhood. There's trouble in the streets and don't look too good. Don't look him in the eye, a forbidden stare. A whistle as he passes hanging in the air. Don't you want to even try it? Just one taste. Don't walk by it from your face. I can see you thinking, oh no, I really don't think.
It's funny listening to that now, so I can hear a couple of things. The drums, I think the drums were originally within Sonar. I remember them kind of feeling like they were either on or off. It was like bam or nothing. I think there used to be a brush snare in there which I used in this as well, but yeah, it was kind of like it wasn't like using addictive drums, put it that way. There was not much light and shade in the drums, in the drum samples. It was literally cracking, which actually suits this song really well. The other thing I've noticed is the guitars, which I remember really, really struggling recording the electric guitar. Let's have a listen.
Who's these guys? Community cops, gangs and lads that can make it stop. Someone please free the beast. I know we got life, this is Day Release.
Yeah, all a bit sort of muddy in that mid-range. There's a lot of stuff fighting, isn't there? Like, I think I might have recorded 4 guitars there, and the only electric I had was a Squire Affinity, which I hated. I hated that guitar. I had like a 70s headstock, but it was the sort of Squire Affinity which like ripped your hands to pieces. The frets were so aggressive, so sharp. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, it wasn't a nice guitar to play. I remember feeling quite angry playing it, but I would have laid up with that, and everything just felt scratchy with that guitar. And I think I was using GTR as well. I mean, again, things have come along so much in 10 years. Again, I'm just using amp sims here. Prior to then, I used to mic up a Roland Cube, actually, in London, which I had much better results with. I've also got an organ line in this as well, so it's sort of gluing it together, but also sort of mushing everything up in a big sort of mid-rangey mush.
The police driven by because you know they're scared, and though you cannot blame them, you've begun to care. As Said we are over drinking in the street. There's a riot around the corner with a target.
Yeah, the original demo of this was much leaner. I actually recorded everything myself. I had a very crude kit in my flat, which was just one snare and a ride and some hats. And the kick was made out of a paint box filled with socks and had a piezo pickup in it. And it worked actually really quite well as a kick drum. But you could also use that to trigger samples. But that actually got a cleaner sound. I would have just double tracked it, and then the bass would have been the star, that really nice bass line. And in a ways, the demo prior to this one, I kind of think is more true to the song. You often find that with demos.
Who's these guys? Community cops, gangs and knives, so make it stop. Someone please free the beast.
More true to the song than this one, which just sounds a bit. It's not quite punchy enough. I like it. It's still got lots of energy, but it's a bit mushy.
Get to me. Who's these guys?
Nice drum roll that.
Gangs and knives that can make it stop. Someone please free the beast. I know it got life. Know it got life. Who's these guys? Community cops. Gangs and knives that can make it stop. Someone please free the beast. I know it got life. This is day release.
A lot of those ideas that are in there, like the backing vocals, I had played with kind of like a session band at the time, and bounced some ideas around, and that really, really helped. That's one of the hard things of working on your own developing songs, is it's quite hard to bounce those ideas just off yourself, working off yourself on usually multiple demos. So you can often maybe take a song only so far, but when you've got a new musician coming on, you've got some fresh ideas. Yeah, so things like those backing vocals would have come probably externally. Another ambient vocal there, the "no, no," and the scream, which is just about to happen there. It's a nice little touch for a song like this. It gives a sense of, I really wanted this thing to sound like a band, a real band. I think I might have actually got away with that. Love that solo. Originally it was all triplets. Da 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 da. Slightly different to the way I ended up actually recording it, which was da 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 da. Right? But I love the triplets. I think I was really into Arctic Monkeys and stuff at the time. Yeah, it works, just makes it really interesting.
Sorry about my neighborhood. There's trouble in the streets, it don't look too good. Don't look him in the eye, a forbidden stare. A whistle as he passes hanging
Those drums are hilarious. Gun ka da la.
in the air. Don't you want to even try it? Just one taste. Don't walk by it from your face. I can see you're thinking, oh no, I really don't think so. Who's these guys? Community.
One thing that is really nice from something I've mixed 10 years ago was that the important things are there, very much so. You can hear the words, which is a good thing. It sounds actually quite balanced to me, albeit just a bit mushy.
Cops, gangs and knives that can make it stop. Someone please free the beast. I know we got life. Who's these guys? Community cops, gangs and
Those drum rolls, there weren't any pre-programmed preset sort of MIDI rolls. I remember doing those, having to slow them down. You know, if you're going to do those things and wrap around the kids at that speed, I remember doing them in MIDI but slowing the clock down so it's so you can actually program the thing in. And it sounds really effective then when you speed them back up again.
knives that can make it stop. Someone please free the beast. I know we got life, this is day release.
Oh, that brought back actually quite a lot of memories. Actually, I think it came across all right. I'm quite pleased with it. One thing that I do remember was there was a lot of grey areas in my mixing skills, certainly. So I think there probably would have been a lot of stuff where I would have had to have listened really hard and not really necessarily known so much what I was doing. And sometimes that's, you know, all right, you can get away with that. What that does cause is an awful lot of time sort of wasted. And this to take was a labour of love. It took a long time, way more time than I have to spend on anything these days. Also, it's on this really cool, you see that? It's probably not going to show too well, but it's on vinyl effect CD, and it's actually got the grooves, which is super cool. Black on the back, like the old PlayStation CDs. But yeah, these are really nice. I'm a big vinyl fan. In fact, I don't listen to CDs at all anymore, apart from sometimes in the car. I tend to listen to music online if I'm working, and then if I'm relaxing, then music on vinyl. So there we are, day release from my debut album, This Is England, and even though I don't really perform these songs anymore, if it wasn't for making this, I would never have met my wife and had my family, because my wife reviewed the album I released before this one, which was like a sort of demo version of this one. She was the reviewer, she invited me on to do a show, and the rest is history. So that's super cool. That's a great reason for always do stuff, put stuff out, keep working, keep making music. Hope you enjoyed that video today. If you did, and you'd like me to check out some of your mixes, talk through your mix and your arrangements and your song, much like I've done today, send them in to info@realhomestudio. I'd love to hear from you, and I really like to make this more of a permanent feature on the channel. I think it's really cool, really enjoy talking through tracks. But if you'd like something a bit more in depth, I do also offer a one-to-one consultation session. You can head over to realhomestudio.com, book in your free, no obligation 15 minutes, put some information about what you're hoping to get out of it. I'll get back to you very soon and we'll book something in. I do find soloists and singer-songwriters get so much out of just even an hour of a springboard session, just talking about a track, the arrangements, the mix. I know how hard it is when you work on your own, so that service is there for you. As I say, 15 minutes for absolutely free. Just head over to realhomestudio.com. Also, if you're looking for free stuff, I've got 7 steps to a more musical mix free guide. You can grab it right now by clicking on the link in the description box below. I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Most importantly, go have yourself a great day.